back. Alright. Yo, yo, yo! How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? This is your boy Big Randy at Big Randy, Real Men Talk. At Big Randy, Real Men Talk. Today's topic is going to basically be about why is everything in this generation transactional with women, and how do we get back to love? Right now, I have a few people here that's willing to share their opinion on the subject. I have some young ladies, I have some young men, I have some older men that really want to talk. You know what I'm saying? That really want to spread their piece. So the first thing about it is I want to give my opinion. At the end of this video, I will make a final thought basically on what we discussed. So basically, what I want to say is this. I feel like that the whole thing with the transactional thing with women is really have gotten out of hand. I blame social media a lot because it's like a lot of women don't understand what love is because they feel like that they supposed to get compensated for everything. You're never going to find, it's very hard to actually find a woman that's not looking to take from you, that's not willing to just sit there and you get to know her. She get to tell you. A woman will tell you something like, well, if he likes me, he needs to apply pressure. I think applying pressure is bullshit. If I have to give you money to apply pressure, that's bullshit. If me applying pressure to you is me showing you I like you, I dig you, I want to get to know you, I want to know if you honest and loyal and all of that. That's what I would want. But some of the women will disagree because there's some men out there that do. And I'm going to tell you this, ladies, and I'm going to keep it real. If a man comes out the gate asking for sex, then as a real woman, you remove yourself from that situation. He's not the man for you. Trust and believe that. Real men do not talk like that. Just the same way real women, you know what I'm saying, will remove themselves from a fucked up situation. Because I'm gonna tell you something. At the end of the day, ladies ought to be respected, and the brothers need to be respected also. But at the end of the day, I think that some women really look at men like ATM machines. They look at them like, hey man, I'm going to get everything I can get out of this guy. You know what I'm saying? If he's crazy enough to give it to me, because there's no boundaries to it. Because we figure in our head, if he's giving it to me, and you know you're taking it under false pretenses, that you shouldn't be taking it, but you'll take it anyway because he's giving it to you and it costs you anything. A woman will 9 out of 10 take that. But you don't understand what comes behind that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we're going to have a discussion with a lot more people, and we're going to really, really get to the bottom of why do a lot of the women feel like, you know what I'm saying, that a man owes them something. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Ladies, if you sleep with a man, he owes you nothing. Okay? If you sleep with a guy, he owes you nothing. Let me tell you something. If he couldn't have forced you to open your legs to him, if he did, it's rape, call the law. I will testify to that shit myself. You don't do that. But ladies, you got to understand that at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, if you sleeping with a guy and you start asking him for stuff, then you putting yourself in a prostitution rate. Because if you're a real woman, you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be talking to you about no sex, and you shouldn't be talking to him about nothing about no money. That's how you weed out the good man from the rotten man. A good man will wait around, get to know you, and do all them things with you. A man that doesn't want to have sex with you, the more you tell him no, that's going to turn him off. He's going to leave you alone. So basically, hold on, who's starting first? Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Knock it to Bree.
Who? You want to go
go.
first? Okay. I have my brother-in-law here. He wants to say a few words about the subject. You know what I'm saying? Brother-in-law, come on over, man. Come on. Come on, stand up. Come on, house.
So yeah,
You might have to come stand up.
I stand behind you.
Right, stand
You
behind
know,
you.
hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you like this here though. Hey, everything he just said is all accurate. You know what I'm talking about? Because first of all, when it do comes to females and everything like that, if a female does sleep with a male on the first date, and then she expects something the next day, it is what it is. Just like he said, right? A man is not bad for that, because I'm gonna tell you like this. First of all, my opinion and everything like that, if you sleep with that man the same day, you wanted that already. First of all, you can go out for opinions, right? So let's check this out right here. Scenario: you out the club, you're drinking, you're doing everything. Hey, excuse me, Miss Lady, ain't buy you a drink. Boom, she likes you. She does everything like that. Y'all kick it for the rest of the night. You go back to his place or her place. She already knew she wanted to have sex with you, okay? You can't expect nothing after that. To me, that's a one-night stand. That's all that is, a one-night stand, and then guess what? You and her, y'all going y'all separate ways. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're on a date, we're going to meet for a date. It is what it is. Hey, you want to come back to my place? Check this out. Same thing. You had sex with him or her, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? You still can't expect nothing from that man. Or the female. It depends on, because you got females that's aggressive too. They want to hit as well. All right? You cannot expect anything from that. My thing is, though, monetary wise, though, if you dating somebody and of course they sitting there saying, hey, look here, okay, we did this, so now you have to do this for me. Now, that is prostitution to me. For me, that's prostitution. You know what I'm talking about? So that's not going to never happen, ever going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Know what you want, because look, men know what they want when it comes to a first date thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I want to hit. Women also know, because you know, you see on social media all the time, hey, would you hit that man? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they say yes, they say no. Come on, y'all know the same way we know. We want to hit, we want to hit. It's mutual. You know what I'm talking about? So everything is not bad. It's not prostitution. None of that, just because you had a one-night stand, all right?
Because, and not to cut you off, brother Law, because you got to understand, ladies, is that, you know what I'm saying, you have the power to tell a man that you're not going to do that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? What God blessed you between your legs is yours. It's yours to do what you want to do with. But at the end of the day, no one can, I hate when I hear women say, they was finessed into doing something. No one can finesse you into doing nothing that you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? But it is some men out there that do want to give these women this, because they feel like, I'll just give up money because all I want to do is hit. If that's the way you want to rock, they can rock like that. But understand though, ladies, is that I understand there's men out there doing it, but that don't mean that you have to follow suit with that. You don't have to be that woman that says, hey, you know, I'm going to follow suit. Because I don't understand how a woman can feel so confident enough to say, well, if I'm sleeping with this guy, he should be helping me. God damn it, close your legs and get on your fucking grind. Close your goddamn legs. You shouldn't even be fucking nobody if your goddamn bills and all your other expenses and all that shit is not being paid for. You got to make sure you straight first. Then you can go out there and do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, don't think that because you're sleeping with a guy that he's obligated to do that. Now, let me explain something. It's a difference between being a husband and you being my girlfriend. For my wife, I will pay all my wife bills because my wife showed me that she will break bread with me. You know, so I have no problem with doing that. Even before we was married, I would do that, because if you show me that we as one, then it ain't nothing that I won't do for you. But at the end of the day, you have a lot of women that are just selfish by nature. Yes. They only care about what they feel is best for them. So I got another young man right here that might have to want to figure through, well, because he is part of the internet era. So we need to know what your opinion is, sir, on this subject.
So first off, happy birthday to the big brother Ray.
Okay,
Let's get that out the way.
Appreciate
you. And secondly, the question was, when did it become so transactional, right?
Why is this generation
so
transactional?
So
how do we get back to love?
Now let's say, from the beginning, it's always been transactional. I think this generation has popularized it more. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
I can understand that.
Through the internet, videos,
You
and
ain't
things
never
like that.
lied.
But it's always been transactional.
Mhm.
You've always had women like Marilyn Monroe, Cleopatra. They've been glorified for being transactional
Mhm.
women, sort of say. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's always been like that. We always had that mutual agreement amongst each other. It's just the
Mhm.
internet has made it to the point to where it's so popular now that people can start making their own opinions about it or doing it the way they want to do. It's
Mhm.
like cleaning the house or something. Once you put it on the internet or on the video, people can see and pick their own way how they want to do it, right?
Mhm.
So that's the same way with this. Everything's transactional. It's been like that since the beginning of time.
Well, let me
How
ask your opinion, my brother.
Go ahead.
But do you think that it's a good thing? Do you think that a woman that does that, do you think that she's actually going to see marriage in her future?
Well,
Do you-
first off, I don't think a woman should have to do that. If a woman should have to ask a man that's, first of all, she's providing you with her soul and everything. You understand what I'm saying? Sex is
Mhm.
not just something that
Mm.
you do. I mean, some people.
Mm.
But you know, when you have sex with a person, you actually sharing something. So
Okay.
for that woman, it's different for women and men. You understand
Okay.
what I'm saying? We got certain things, and you feel
Mhm.
me? They can't have a lot.
Mm.
We can.
Mm.
Not saying that's a good thing, but you understand what I'm saying? So
Mm.
I think we just should. It's got to be a thing of respect first.
Mhm.
It's got to be a thing of respect first. Once
Mhm.
you find that, then
So,
the mutual
brother, let
agreement.
me ask you this though, brother. Supposing you was dating a woman, right?
Mhm.
And you just met this woman, right? And you tell her like you want to get to know her. You tell her like, man, baby, I think you're a nice woman. I want to get to know you. I want to take you out because I'm gonna tell you this. Another thing that really actually pisses me off about the generation is that a lot of the women want to be traditional wives. Think about it. Just think about it.
Yeah.
You want to be a traditional wife, but you don't know how my grandmother was. She don't know how your grandmother was, how your grandmother, and what your old ass know about them back in the days too, nigga. Don't try to play like you don't know. But in them days, those women, I'm finna tell you, brother. In those days, those women did not let themselves go. They did not sit around there just eating up every damn thing and got fat and sloppy and don't want to do shit. They never did that. Because back in the day, I'm going to tell you this. You know what I'm saying? In those days, a man can go out and earn his keep because everything was so cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The economy was made different. Now it's better if two incomes is better than one. Like I say, if my wife makes more money than me, but I still can pay all the bills, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. If she can save her money, cool. I don't have a problem with that. But see, the thing is, it's like with some women, they actually think that it's all right to ask a man you just met or a man that you sleeping with for money.
And that goes to answer your second question. You were saying, how do we get back to love? We don't have no more OGs, bro.
Right.
Everybody, you got grandparents that's 30 now.
Right.
That's what we got to do. We got to get back to the OGs.
Right,
We got to
right,
see that
right.
old love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those grandparents that's been together
But see, a
20, 30 years.
a lot of the younger people are not fans of history. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I can sit here and say, like if I'm surrounded about a bunch of women that's 30 years old, I'll sit there and ask them a question like, who is Maya Lansky? Or who is this person?
They won't know
Or
who
who
you're
is
talking about.
Bumpy Johnson? Or who is these guys? They wouldn't know nothing about none of that.
Yeah.
They'll be just sitting there like, what the fuck is he talking about? But I understand it
Yeah.
because they're younger. So, but they found a way to understand that a man's supposed to do everything and they supposed to do really nothing. And then it gets to the point where a woman feels so comfortable with doing that because there's actual guys out here that's doing it.
That's what I was going to get to.
Right.
Now, that's the other side of the coin.
Right.
How many guys out here that's actually making these women feel comfortable? Like, hey, they wake up in the morning and they're just giving them stuff just because they put a picture up and they got 1,000 likes, guys. Good morning, beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? You got that other side. You got the guys that you got us men, and you got the other guys that don't really care. That's what
Right.
they're there
But
for.
I'm gonna say one more thing though,
Go ahead.
brother. I look at it logically. Like, ladies, why is it that when a woman, when you meet a man, say for instance, I just met a woman. I just met you yesterday. Say for instance, I met you yesterday, right? And be honest. What is the first thing your girlfriend's gonna say to you when you tell them you met a man today? Be honest. What are they going to ask you? Be honest.
He got money?
I think the person would try to hear out what type of conversation that I've had with them before they just try to jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can have a conversation with any man. A man you could be talking to when you walk past down the street. A man you could have met at the cashier for a register in the store. Any type of man. So you know what I'm saying? Just because you're saying, hey, I talked to a man today, it could have been a man cussing you out to get on the train because he's crazy.
You know what, real talk?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry,
I got all different types of scenarios of a man.
But
I gotta add to your point.
I understand, but we talking about a scenario like if I felt enough, I'm talking to Paige, and I asked Paige for her number. I said, can I have your number so we can talk and get to know each other and all of that? And she says yes, and she's excited about us talking. So she comes back and tell you, say you're her friend, right, her best friend. You come back and she say, well, look, I met this guy today. You know, he seemed like a good guy and this and that. In so many ways, certain women will say, how much money do he make? What kind of car he drive? What do he do?
Yep.
What kind of money he make?
Hold on.
I agree.
I'll say this though. I'm not saying that doesn't exist. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm being completely frank, if I go to my best friend and I ask her, hey, I tell her, hey, you know, sis, I done ran into this dude or whatever, he cool and all this stuff. Well, she can say, well, who is he? Well, what will you have to say? And then from that point, given we just met each other, it's only going to be so much to say. So what the real expectation is that I'm going to keep talking to you about this person. And what's going to happen is over time, whoever this person is, it's going to be revealed.
Right.
It's going to be put out there on the front street.
Right.
Because there's only so much time that can go by. You can hide somebody as much as you want. If you never mention somebody, though, then that's a different conversation.
Because I feel exactly what you're saying. Because, like, you're saying, like, you're going through the transaction of getting to know this person. Not so much a transaction, but you're basically saying, like, you're going to be continuously talking to her about this guy.
It's an interaction, and it's only natural that you will continue to talk to somebody that's close to you about somebody that you're dating.
No doubt. And that makes you feel comfortable as a woman because this is your friend. She'll give you her honest feedback. But what I'm saying is, and like you're saying, you're right. But at the end of the day, it is some women out there that'll say that because think about it. I feel like some women are serial daters. Serial daters meaning that I have to date you. Think about it. This is where it gets tricky. If I'm dating a woman and I have to take you out 6 or 7 times and I can't get past second base and you're playing games and then you got Bob upstairs waxing your ass and I'm sitting my black ass in there taking you to get something to eat. When I get home, when I get to the crib, you might as well put jackass on my face. No, just listen.
I'm saying to your point.
Because there's some women out there that do that. They will do that. Because, like I told my wife years ago, women make rules for guys they don't want. For the guys they do want, there is no fucking rules.
Great point.
Period. There's no rules. The same thing I was telling my wife about Boomerang. Think about Boomerang. The nice guy. She didn't want the nice guy. She kissed that nigga like he was one of her little kids or something. Marcus come over. Oh, Marcus. She kissing Marcus like, man, they fucking. He ain't did no work to get her or nothing. Nothing. At all.
You know what? I wanna say something to that. You know, I'm gonna step over here so I can do the full introduction.
Oh, good. Come on.
So, young ladies, and I'm sorry, let me get this real quick. So, I want to give a split perspective here. And I think that two halves make a whole, like just in reality. We're living in life, right?
You're definitely right.
So, I want to start with, excuse me, I want to lead with Randy's point. We have a serious issue today with young women thinking that it really is okay to, we have a very serious issue with young women thinking that it's okay to simply get what they can out of people. Not valuing themselves, not valuing their bodies, their worth, nothing. Because there isn't an actual well-rounded sense of that. So the result that we see is that people are valuing the wrong things instead of valuing themselves. Before you can value $1, can you value yourself? What moral
Preach it, sister.
construct do you lead your life with?
Preach it. Preach it.
And you need to really think about this, because the world that we live in is ready to tear you down. Every single day that you wake up in the morning, even down to a simple thought that you wake up with.
How old are
You have to be ready to defend yourself and guard yourself against this, because it will destroy you if you allow
I'm
it.
sorry. How old are you?
33.
God damn, you sound like you.
She answered. She
You
answered.
sound like she.
Women do not
she,
answer.
Hey, she sound like she in my age bracket.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. She sound like she in my age bracket. Come on, continue. I need some more of that shit. Come on. God damn it. So we gonna let Mike sorry ass talk.
No, you ain't.
You ain't gonna
I
talk.
You
You
hell
gonna sit up there and lie to my wife? You sorry,
What's
motherfucker?
Paige
let
done?
you finish.
I'm sorry, what's
But
Paige
I
done?
want to just say
I don't
something
think
on
Paige
one
was
word
done.
that you said when you were sitting here. So I'm gonna go. I want you to
Yeah,
finish.
yeah. Go on to finish. Go on to
One
finish.
word, I
Let
guess.
let her finish.
Young women, bottom line, I want to tell you this from personal experience. And not to say that I done just live my life out here willy-nilly in the sense of just share myself with any and everybody for any fucking thing. Part of my French, I don't even be cursed. But for anything, but I have made mistakes, so I just want to let you know that you're not alone in this. But you have to, at some point, understand that there is a value that you bring. So you can't expect this world around you to give you that, because if you do, the world is going to drain you for everything that you have. So you have to wake up in the morning with this God-given day that you have and understand that it's not a mistake. There's a reason and there's a purpose to it. So there has to be a rhyme to your rhythm. Anything that you do, understand that when you walk out that door, there's somebody that's going to look at you and they're going to prey on anything that you have to give. If they see that you have something to offer, there are people in this world, men and women, but since we're on the topic of men, in a relational standpoint, make sure that you understand that you do have a value. So when you walk in that door, when you walk in that room, there are people that are looking at you and scoping you and trying to figure out how they can get that out of you for the lesser as opposed to the greater.
Right.
So with that being said, there are some very predatory men out here.
Yes, it is.
There are some very predatory men out here. And I want you to understand a little bit more about why you see a lot of these young women functioning in the way that they do. So this is a personal theory of mine based on historical data leading up to this point. I don't agree with a lot of the things that I see happening today. I don't think that it's okay that, and I have friends who have told me these stories, about how they go on a date with a young woman and they will sit there and be like, yeah, so I need my rent paid. I need my cell phone bill paid. These things really do happen. But I need you to also understand this. That is a group of women that have a certain kind of mindset. Then there are other young women who carry themselves to another standard. And then there are men who will interact with those women because it is low-hanging fruit.
Right.
They will interact with them because it's low-hanging fruit.
You're very right, because I did a video like, why do men like hoes more than they like real women? And I did a video about that. I was like, hoes, it takes nothing to deal with a woman that doesn't even love herself.
Yeah.
So that's basically what a whore is. A whore is a woman that's just, she's easy. You know what I'm saying? Because a real woman, think about it, true. A real woman walk past you, brothers will be like, hey, you know, don't do no cussing, man. Pull your motherfucking pants up, man. That's a real lady walking past.
Yeah.
That's somebody, the way she carries it, and a real woman will never argue with you. She will let you be a little boy doing all that little cussing shit that you're doing. She will remove herself from that situation like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it, but what I'm saying is this, is that with the ladies, it has to be a better way. Because like I said, we can't keep on, it's just the same as a lot of women, they'll look at it like, okay, I want this type of man. I want a man that can provide, that can be there for me, that can do this and do that. But you got to understand that a lot of the women are not even doing research to see what these men want. They make it so much about them. You know what I'm saying? they make it so much about them that they don't even do the research to see what these men want. Like, say for instance, Paige, you say you want this type of man, right? You willing to sit down and be like, okay, let me ask around, let me see what these type of men are looking for in a woman. Because what Big Bro said earlier, if you giving that shit up on the first night, you will never hear from me again. I'm never going to respect you because I'm going to think, now me being a man, I'll hit you and then I'll be like, okay, you'll never hear from me again. That's because I know in my heart, you doing this for everybody. So at the end of the day, I'm never going to take you serious. I'm going to put you in that box over there like, okay, we done did that. You know what I'm saying? A real woman, do not, like I said, a lot of women need to understand, don't date men you don't want. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Deal with the man you want, not the man you need. What I mean by that is, the man you need just because he's able to pay your bills and do all this, but you don't even want this guy. That's what a lot of our women are fucked up at. You don't even want this man. So I'm saying to our women, date the man you want, not the man you need.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
May I add just one more point?
And then after you that brother, you know nothing to say?
She hit mine. She took mine away from me.
Okay, come on.
That's what's up.
We gotta get ready to close it out because it's almost 30 minutes. And this sorry motherfucker right here ain't said a goddamn word.
I ain't gonna say
Damn
that.
feminist. Shut up. I don't even know why you even said it here. I don't even know why that sorry ass even said it here.
Say support.
Go finish. Take us home.
In closing, ladies, please guard yourselves as best as you can. The world that we live in is not constructed to, especially if you are a POC, a person of color, and most of which a black woman. This world, as we know it today, by design, is ready to tell you exactly who you are, and it's based on a pre-construct, based on a lot of stereotype. But I will say this though, don't allow things like the media to sway you. Please go read your word. Go get yourself some fortitude. Go get yourself some wisdom so that when you step outside of that door in the morning, that you understand what you're up against. I also want to share just one thing. The reason why I think a lot of the things that we're seeing today is the way that it is, truly, honestly, when it comes from a woman perspective and speaking for women, women for a long time have been societally suppressed. So it isn't until there's the term of the modern woman, but it wasn't until like a relatively modern time that women had certain social rights and were able to do certain things. So as early as, I want to say 18, really quick, Randy, give me a second. Just give me a second, Randy. As early as the 1840s, somewhere around that point, women were able to get a bank account. How long has the world been in existence before then? Now, fast forward, but it wasn't until about 1972 that women were allowed to have a bank account, being granted a line of credit, certain other things, assets, that without a male cosigner, certain things. Women did not have certain rights, and after having to deal with certain things from a patriarchal system, I think that a lot of what we're seeing now is like a rebellion. It's a backlash. It's things that should not have been happening for a long time. So you have a group of people who are very upset, and they're not reacting in the way that they should. But there has to be accountability from both ends, because if we're talking about,
we're gonna. I'm not meaning to cut you off because we're gonna do another one too. Cut it off. You want me to cut it off, babe?
All right.
So y'all.